Today, let's make a healthier, low-cal version of pad see ew at home. Pad see ew is hands down my favorite Thai dish to get whenever I order out. Obviously, this might not be the most authentic, but it is a healthier, low-calorie version. And like all my recipe videos, all the macros will be at the end of the recipe, and I will also compare the macros to regular pad see ew that you'd get at a restaurant. But before we get into the recipe, I want to give a big thank you to The Coldest for sponsoring today's video. I take this water bottle with me everywhere I go. The entire design is super sleek and so easy to take on the go. It helps me to stay hydrated every single day, and feel free to use my code Giselle for 10% off your first order. Now on to my healthier at-home pad see ew recipe. For the base, I found these rice flakes from my Asian grocery store, but if you have trouble finding them, I do think they do sell them on Amazon as well, and I'll link some down below. I highly suggest you find wide, flat noodles like this that have very minimal ingredients and not too much processed additives and stuff like that. This had one ingredient, which was perfect. That's one of the main things I always look out for on the packaging, is that if it's made with 5 or more ingredients, I probably shouldn't be getting that because it's overly processed for me. And my choice of protein for this meal was tofu. I rarely eat tofu, but when I do, it's fucking delicious, and I'm going to show you how I like to make it. But I know a lot of people don't like tofu, so if you want, you can obviously replace this protein with chicken is really good with this recipe, or even like steak, and even shrimp is fucking bomb. But today I went with tofu, and I didn't have cornstarch, so they were a little less crispy than when I usually make them, but I just pressed the juice out, or water I guess it is, and then I cut them into cubes, and then I tossed it in some olive oil to lightly coat them so they're crispy. During this step, I usually would also do cornstarch to make them more crispy, but like I said, I didn't have any, and I just air fried them. Super easy and quick and really, really good. After I boiled my flat, wide noodles, I prepped and boiled some bok choy as well as these little mushrooms. I love these little mushrooms. Enoki mushrooms, I think they're called. Yeah, enoki. I'm Asian, but honestly, I can't pronounce half this shit, but I'm just here to show you the recipe. So I put some olive oil in the pan. A lot of restaurants do use maybe not the best oil, so that's why I do like to make my stuff at home. And I also like to choose a low sodium soy sauce, which I feel like doesn't really change the taste of pad see ew that much, but has a huge difference in the sodium content. I also mix that with some pepper as well as some vinegar, and I'll put all the ingredients that I use down below. I love a freaking scallion pancake, so I found these at my grocery store as well. At the Asian grocery store, if you've never tried a scallion pancake, you need to. It is one of my favorite things to eat. And I'm a huge believer that you can still enjoy the foods you love while still hitting your weight loss and health goals. This is how the whole plate turned out, super good. And again, here are the macros in comparison to a regular pad see ew that you get at a restaurant. I hope you enjoyed today's video. And again, huge thanks to The Coldest for sponsoring today's video. I will link them down below. And subscribe if you haven't already, if you want to see more healthy, budget-friendly recipes that allow you to enjoy the food you love while still hitting your weight loss and health goals. I post recipes every single week, but until then, here's another healthy recipe that I think you'd enjoy.